Hey everyone, welcome back to Highway Chronicles. If you are new here, my name is Angelo, and today I am diving into the topic that's becoming more relevant by the day. Yes, what is that topic? I want to tell you something. In my last video, I told you I'm going to really break down how people see remote work, and I will really tell you everything you need to know about remote work. But that will be gradually. Now, today I'll be speaking on the reason why remote work is the future. Of course, in the last few years, we've seen, a massive shift in how work is done across industries, and remote work has emerged as a powerful force shaping the future of employment. Isn't that true? Of course, that's true. You have to know because if you don't know, I'm going to be schooling you over time. Okay, so subscribe to Hyric Chronicles for more knowledge on remote work. So, why has remote work gained such momentum in a very short while? And more importantly, why is remote work here to stay? Now, let's dig into data, okay? Because I love to use facts when I'm talking. Global trends and expert insights to help us understand all this will be like the driving forces behind this transformation and what it means for workers like you and I. All right, so in this particular package, I'll be letting you know why remote work has come to stay. I will just urge you to pick a seat, take a glass of juice or a glass of whatever you love best or you prefer, and sit back, listen to this interesting or watch this interesting video where I'm going to be breaking down bit by bit all about remote work. Isn't that beautiful? Let's talk about the rapid rise of remote work. Okay, it's actually a global shift, so we have to speak of how it is risen over time and what it's become in a very short period of time. Of course, you have to agree that the rise in the remote jobs are actually a global shift. Now, remote work is no longer just a perk offered by tech companies or freelancers or any other company. It has gradually become a standard practice for companies worldwide. All right. Now, according to a 2023 report by All Labs, 16% of companies worldwide are now fully going remote. Okay, that might not seem like a large percentage for you, but when you consider that, you will notice that only 5% were remote before the COVID-19 pandemic. That it shows just how quickly things have changed between 2020 and this time, okay, and 2024. Now, in the United States alone, the number of employees working remotely at least once a week, according to data, skyrocketed from a whooping or from let's say 17% in 2019 to a staggering 44% in 2022. Globally, it is relatively estimated that 70% of workers will be working remotely at least 5 days a month by 2025. We are just 1 year away from 2025. This particular data and report was according to Gartner. All right. So with these details and with this data, legitimate data, all right, you could look them up anytime, any day. All right. With this data, I hope you could actually understand why remote work is gradually becoming a global trend by the day. Now, this global shift of remote work isn't just about convenience or location flexibility. It reflects broader changes in how companies think about productivity, technology, and the general global workforce. All right. Now, let's explore gradually why this change is happening so rapidly and so quickly and what it actually means for workers. Okay, I'll be taking this gradually because I understand, or I'm meant to understand, that there are beginners and there are novices amongst us. All right, so you would just follow a step-by-step guide of my videos, and then you would know everything you need to know about remote work until you get your own remote work, which I'm going to help you do. Now, let's look at key drivers behind remote work boom, or remote work rapid existence. All right. Now, the first point I'm going to look at here is the advancement in technology over time. All right, you can't relatively compare the level of technology in 2020 to that in 2024. So let me explain this particular point: advancement in technology and how it has helped in the rapid growth of remote work. One of the biggest reasons remote work is flourishing gradually over time is technology. Yes, tools like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Slack have made it easier than ever to stay connected and very, very productive. All right. No matter where you are, no matter where you live, and no matter where you come from. Okay. For example, project management tools like Trello, Asana, and all have actually streamlined workflows, while cloud storage solutions like Google Drive, Dropbox, and all that have given us time and have allowed for seamless collaboration across teams. Okay, so with this with the existence of these tools, okay, you could say invariably that remote work has come to stay, because technology, which evolves by the day, has brought about tools that can actually, aid in, the easy, or the easing of remote workers or the jobs they do. Furthermore, aside those tools I mentioned, with faster internet speed, okay, more reliable online platforms, and the integration of artificial intelligence, let's not sideline this, that is AI, remote workers are now highly equipped with all the resources they need to excel. Furthermore, the adoption of the 5G technology is also expected to improve the reliability of remote work even further, okay, allowing real-time communication and faster sharing of data. All right, now let me delve into data. I told you very well that I love to expatiate and I love to use data, facts, and research, methodology when I speak. Now, a study by McKinsey and Company reveals that 87% of employees who have the opportunity to work remotely say that they want to continue working remotely, largely due to the effectiveness of these tools I've mentioned, before. All right, so this particular fact will tell you what a perspective the world is going remotely. The second point I'll be talking about will be work-life balance and employee satisfaction. We cannot stop talking about work-life balance. The importance of remote work under the canopy of work-life balance cannot be overemphasized enough. One of the most significant benefits of remote work is improved work-life balance, and yes, generally improved work-life balance. Let me not really take you far. Now, in a traditional office setting, long commutes, that's people that travel from long distances to their places of work, strict hours, and office politics can eat away, all your personal time. All right. Now, remote work offers a more flexible schedule, allowing workers to integrate, their jobs into their lives, their family circle, rather than suffering to structure their lives around their jobs or their places of work. Again, let me give you a brief, data or research or the research result that speaks about this. According to a report from BOFA's 2023 State of Remote Work, 91% of remote workers report a better work-life balance compared to when they were in the office, that is in a field. Okay, this has led to an upsurge in employee satisfaction, with almost 74% of employees saying or of the opinion that they are less likely to leave their jobs if they can actually work remotely. Yes, this is from sample opinion. All right, that is that on that particular point. The third factor here to explain the global emergence of remote work is cost savings for employers and employees alike. Remote work or remote jobs isn't just a win-win situation for for employees, all right? Employers also benefit too. You're asking how, right? Now, companies can save a significant amount of money by reducing the need or cutting down the need for office space, utilities, and other overhead costs. Okay, according to a report by Global Workspace Analytics, all right, business can save an average of $11,000 per year for every employee or every company who works remotely. Just 50% of the time. Just 50% of the time. Now, for employees, remote work reduces, number one, commuting costs, that is the cost of transportation from home to place of work, spending on lunch time, and even wardrobe expenses and allowances. All right. In fact, the average remote workers save around, let's say, $4,000 annually by avoiding these costs. This particular report is according to the same Global Workplace Analytics report I gave you earlier. All right. So you could actually see that invariably that particular point explains a lot. Now, the fourth point I'm going to be speaking about is access to a global talent pool. Yes, this particular point is very, very important, and I would like you to listen to, or pay rapt attention to this particular point, because this actually is that point that has broken, the camel's back. All right, so I will really explain with everything in me, so you would also, it's going to aid novices to know why remote jobs are becoming so rapidly, spread throughout the world today. So another reason remote work is thriving is that companies are no longer restricted to hiring talent from a specific location. All right, I've told you before, remote work allows business to tap into a global talent pool. I told you I'm going to be explaining that particular point gradually. This goes further to mean that companies can actually hire the best and the brightest from anywhere in the world, not just within commuting distance of their office. All right, this is evident everywhere, especially when you speak to owners of companies that offer remote working services. All right, for example, Shopify is a major e-commerce company. All right, Shopify went to remote in 2020. We all know that, okay? And it expanded its workforce internationally, stating that their talent pool had dramatically increased by removing geographical constraints. Can you see? So when they went remote, immediately they began to cut down costs and enjoy the dividends of a remote working employees, okay, or remote job employees. All right, these benefits went further, not just to go or in the way of employers too, it benefited employees too. How? It opened up job opportunities across the globe. As a worker, you are no longer limited to jobs in your city or in your country. So you could work for a company on the other side of the world if the role fits your skills and if you're the most suitable candidate for that role. Okay, so it doesn't really mean you must be within a transportable distance with that company. All right, so speaking of the whole thing, you could see that remote work or remote jobs are gradually becoming the future. All right, now the future of remote work has to be explained in detail. If not, lots of people will think it's a scam. All right, so the future of remote work and how to watch the trends. Okay, what does the future hold for remote work? That's what you have to have in mind. And how does the future unfold with remote work in sight? Let's look at a few key trends. Okay, the first thing I'm going to be speaking about is hybrid work models. Okay, you can't speak of remote work without speaking of how the trend of events have affected this particular style or this particular strategy or this particular variety of work. All right, now while many companies have fully embraced remote work, Others are adopting hybrid models. Yes, there's a proverb that says, since the hunters have learned to, the birds have learned to fly without perching, we hunters have learned to shoot without missing. Okay, so a hybrid work model combines remote work with time in the office, giving employees the flexibility to choose where they work, based on the task at hand and based on what they have to do. All right. Explaining this, according to a report by PwC, 72% of business executives expect hybrid work to become the norm in the next few days. Do you now understand what this point means? Well, let me delve to the second point because we have no time. All right. The second point under this particular trend is digital nomadism on the rise. I told you that digital nomadism means people who work and travel at the same time. That explains the word digital nomadism. Okay, so how does this trend help or aid in the emergence and the future of remote work? This growing trend is the rise of digital nomads. Okay, workers who travel while maintaining their careers remotely. I told you countries like Portugal, Belarus and Mexico are now offering digital nomad visas. All right, yes, making it easier for workers to live and work abroad. Yes, that sounds interesting, right? I'm going to take you all through all this. Now, according to MBO Partners 2023 report, there are currently 10.9 million Americans invariably identifying as digital nomads. Okay, up 49% from 2020. Is that number not staggering and whooping? That means remote work is taking over the trend of events. Okay, now the third point here is remote first companies. These are companies that actually foster remote jobs. All right, now some companies have decided to go completely remote and never look back, no matter the trend of events, no matter how bad and sore things get to be over time. These remote first companies are built entirely around a distributed workforce model. Okay, examples of such companies include GitLab, Basecamp, and Zapier. All right, these companies have vowed never to look back ahead on remote work. Okay, these companies also have no physical offices, and they make use of tools like Slack, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Notion, okay, to invariably and relatively manage their teams and the jobs they do. So that is that. In conclusion, I would not like to say much. If you want to know more, follow up with my videos. I will tell you lots of things. Remote work isn't just a trend, okay? It's a movement that's reshaping the future of work. Please don't get it twisted. With benefits like increased flexibility, cost savings, access to a global talent pool, higher employee satisfaction, and all. It's no surprise that companies and workers alike are gradually embracing this new trend and this new normal, that is remote jobs. All right, lots of people don't know how to go about remote jobs. Some of you are afraid to subscribe to websites that give remote jobs. So how can you get a remote job? All right, pay that money today to that website and get access to first-hand employment details. Now, as we've seen through real data and examples and research, remote work is here to stay and is likely to continue growing in popularity over time. If you are thinking about making the switch to remote work, there is never been a better time to take that leap like now. Okay, aside websites that ask you for little stipends for you to subscribe and get first-hand information on job opportunities, there are lots of free websites too. I'm going to be sharing in my subsequent videos. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe and drop comments for us in the comment section. Subscribe to High Rate Chronicles for more insights on remote work, remote jobs, digital nomad life, digital nomadism, and how to thrive in the future of work. Thank you so much. See you next time. From me is peace.